Hey, what's up everybody? Before I begin today's episode, I want to let you guys know, like I do on every episode, about my eBay store. The link is in the video description as well as on the screen. I appreciate all you guys who purchase something from the store. And this guy next to me is going to be hitting the store very soon, trying to figure out like what size box he's going to need, things like that, how much it will cost to ship. He ain't going to be cheap, I'll tell you that. He's going to be a little bit of a pricey piece. Probably the most expensive thing I have on the store, or maybe number 2. Anyhow, lots of wrestling, lots of horror, lots of collectibles. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description as well as on the screen. So today's episode is going to be a little bit of a mystery, minus the thumbnail from YouTube, because that gives away a couple of my top 5 Halloween villages. I will be highlighting my top 5 Halloween villages that I own on today's episode. Here it is, number 5 from 2021, The Witching Hour. So one unfortunate piece of business before I could even start my countdown was this Witching Hour is literally falling apart out of the box since I bought it, and that's just how it goes sometimes with these Lemax villages. So I have to hot glue gun this witch back into place, which is not a big deal. But what is a big deal is that also, when I was unboxing this, a piece of the clock tower, one of the arms on the clock fell off, so that's unfortunate. So here it is, The Witching Hour, my number 5, top 5 Halloween villages that I own. This being from 2021. This was actually the very first really animated Halloween village that I bought. And there's a lot going on, which is why it made my top 5. There's stuff happening all over the place if you look. And strangely enough, coincidentally enough, I never got around to making a video review of The Witching Hour. Not sure why, it must have just slipped my mind. So to rectify that, we're going to check out this Witching Hour village right now. I like how the lights illuminate the witches that are flying up there. You see what I mean? The shades of green and blue, and it's these lights here that are giving off that effect on the top there. Coming down, a nice touch on the kind of the witch castle window. So this witch down here is pretty reminiscent of one of my other favorite villages that did not cut the top 5. Terribly Twisted. If you're familiar with that, it's just a lighted building, but it's a very cool lighted building as well. Like, again, there's just literally stuff everywhere. Whoever designed this one did an awesome job. Details on this castle, the bricks, the lights that illuminate off of that, and then they added a witch and a pumpkin to not leave this stairway kind of without anything and dull. You come down here, as we were looking at earlier, there's some witches that are chasing after their potential victims. 2 more of those cool lights up there. And then there's a doorway up here as well. Right below the flying witches. Again, the clock, unfortunately I had an incident with the arm. Not really sure how to reattach it. I think I'm missing a piece because I have just the arrow piece, but it looks like there's, if you look at it very closely, it looks like there's something that belongs on the end to kind of clasp over it. This is going to be a little bit longer than most of my other villages that we take a look at, only because I have never reviewed this, and I'm pretty sure I have reviewed the rest of my top 5 villages here on the channel. Coming around the back, even the back isn't really that dull for a Lemax village. Got a light there in the back, another light here. Don't know if that's an intentional light there or if it's supposed to be for the other side. Another look at the victims and the witches. But this is my number 5 in our countdown of my top 5 Halloween villages that I own. Number 4 on my list from just 2 years ago, the Full Moon Diner. So number 4 looks really dull when it's not lit up, which is why when I go into Michael's, I like to see the villages on, because I wouldn't buy this if I didn't see the display going. When you turn it on, it's an entirely different story.
The Full Moon Diner, the perfect place to get a midnight snack.
This has a loud motor, but it is an awesome village because there's so much going on. We'll start over here with this cool dude.
We're open all night.
And there's the werewolf from the Full Moon Diner.
I love fast food. Because it's good exercise. Stop by.
Coming over to the side, there's a couple arms coming out of the bottom there.
I'll have the special. A bow for
That's a nice touch in there. A wolf and a woman having a meal.
Moon Diner, the perfect place.
This is when they really started to kind of mess around with the LED lights on the villages.
It doesn't matter.
This sign is awesome. It changes as the moon
All night.
comes and goes. This sign changes as well.
I love fast food. Because it's good exercise. What do you call a werewolf?
And there's a sign that switches.
A hairy Houdini.
Pretty cool soundtrack for this one as well.
Hot coffee, fresh meat, and beautiful moon views. Stop
But this one will be short and to the point, the Full Moon Diner. So my list does consist of a good amount of stuff, a good mix of stuff from the last 5 years, including last year's Cursed Ruins. Quite honestly, it could be moved up the list because it is awesome. This is Cursed Ruins from last year. This is by far the best Halloween Pond piece that is out there. It blows away the Isle of Creepy Jacks. Definitely better than the one that they put out this year. Lots of little details besides the fog that's coming out of here. We're gonna check those out. I do have a full review on YouTube of this video as well, but this one will be short and to the point. Little gargoyle on the top. Castle attached to a skeleton reminiscent of Castle Grayskull from one of my favorite things back there, Masters of the Universe. Over on the side, there's not a whole lot of details to cover, but who would want to be looking at the side when you could be looking at the front of this thing anyway? Little candles that appear to flame and flicker. They're just rocking back and forth. Here we have the Cursed Ruins sign with a person in armor. A gatekeeper, if you will. As we move along this side. Coming up the stairway. along the castle wall to a door. I was concerned whether or not the fog would work on this. This is only a year old, and it's not like I leave my villages out year round because I don't, but you never know with these things. They are extremely fragile. So you never really know what you're going to get from Lemax pieces. Are they going to be broken? Are they going to work next year? Etc. This one's holding up quite well. Cursed Ruins. And the soundtrack ain't bad either. There's no person voicing over the soundtrack. It's just music, which suits this well. So this one might be a surprise, my number 2, because it is not a sights and sound. It's just a lighted building. But this is an amazing lighted piece. This is Haunted Estates from 2023 as well. Right here, again, as I said earlier, does no justice having these shut off. If this was off at Michael's, not quite sure again if I would have picked this one up or not. An entirely different story when the village is lit. And I know it's a questionable decision putting just a plain lighted building with no soundtrack and no animatronics on my list, but this is my list, and something about this one I just absolutely love. Lots of stuff everywhere on this village. Not only is it my number 2 village, it is also obviously my favorite lighted building that I own. Minus the fencing on top for the 40th time. I'm gonna back out here. There's a skeleton hanging out the window. There's some evil eyes peeking out that window. There's a ghost in that window. Coming down here. Trick-or-treaters. The lady handing out candy dressed as a witch. A pumpkin, another trick-or-treating approaching. Tombstone decorations. A skull with some flashy LED eyes. Coming over here on the Haunted Estates. Let's fix this light so it flashes better, shines better. Heading down this way, we have a couple skeletons sitting on the bench. The black cat, and luckily a doorway behind there, because that would make sense for skeletons to be on their porch with no door, right? Over here, just nice touches that they didn't have to add. They didn't have to add this, but they did. They didn't have to add this, but they did. And even the garbage can down here, they didn't have to add that, but they did. More trick-or-treaters approaching, skeleton watching the events of Halloween night, I'm assuming. Grim Reaper hanging out on this porch. All in all, just details everywhere. And absolutely well lit. Come around to the back side. The details kind of fall off and the back is flat. That all because you have the capability of putting a battery or 2 in here, however many it takes. I don't do that, but you have the capability of putting batteries in and hanging it on your wall. So, not my type of thing. I like to display mine all together on a shelf. And now my favorite Halloween village that I have in my entire collection.
This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call.
My number 1, the Gloom Room from 2022. This is it. My number 1 Halloween village that I own. This is the Gloom Room Club. This isn't really too fancy of a Halloween village. There's just something about this one that I absolutely love. On the side, the marquee runs around the entire front. Here on the left, there's just windows there on the side here. And there's some speakers down there. Coming around the front. An employee. Possibly the guy checking the list to see if you can go inside the club.
Spin your head off and break your back at the Blue Room Club. It's the big knees.
Coming over here to the bar area.
You still have your knees. Shimmy your way onto
A
the
ghoul
dance
reminiscent of the
floor.
Ghoulish Gourd, or the Wasteland Pub as well. Surveying another ghouly lady. Check out that marquee. The only thing you could really ask for is a couple different pictures, but aside from that, it's entirely awesome. And then we move up to the top, or even more so, details. All the zombies that are getting down on the top floor. The Gloom Room Club sign on the top. And again, we're gonna flip around here, the marquee and the details stop around the back. But we are heavy on the details all around the rest of the village. A bird's eye view of the Gloom Room. My number one top Halloween village that I own. Alright, well this has been my top 5 Halloween village episode that I currently own. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, the link is on the video description as well as on the screen right now, so feel free to check that out. As well as my eBay store. The link is also going to be appearing on the screen momentarily, as well as in the video description. And thank you to everybody who has purchased something from the store, going directly to my Starbucks fund, so I appreciate that. Until I see you guys back on the channel, we are on the road to Halloween 2025. And I might be needing to take a road trip up to, where is the closest at home? Oh, Clovis. Our at-home store is closing down here in San Jose. And it doesn't appear like they're getting any Halloween stuff in. Halloween has been literally... I probably have more Halloween here, actually, than they did. And that's just sad. So, road trip will be in order. Hopefully get a video out from that. But until I see you guys on the channel, I'm going to say so long, everybody.